Max Kresh was among some 300,000 Israeli army reservists who reported for duty after last year's October 7th attack on Israel. He served several months as a combat medic on the Lebanon border, but he grew increasingly conflicted. When his unit was called up again a few weeks ago, he told his commander that he wasn't showing up.
My continuing to serve is lending a hand and giving legitimacy to this horrible, dangerous government who has led us to this point in the first place. And this is a conflict that, has not been easy at all, and it's still not easy today.
As Israel continues to fight in both Gaza and Lebanon, some reservists are being called up for the third or even fourth time. They leave behind families and jobs and serve well into their 30s and even 40s. Now some are growing disillusioned with the heavy burden of reserve duty.
Reserves have been really stretched thin and drained over the last 13 months of this war. Because of the fact that Israel is missing soldiers, it has to rely even more on reservists who are being called up for even longer periods of service than ever before.
As part of the Israeli public protest movement against the government, Kresh and around 130 army reservists recently sent a letter to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, saying they will not continue to serve if the government does not do more to reach a ceasefire and hostage release deal in Gaza. They accuse Netanyahu of scuttling a deal in order to stay in power. Despite several requests, neither the government nor the army agreed to comment on the accusations. Another reservist who signed the letter, Michael Ofer Ziv, says he opposed many of Netanyahu's policies, but fought for several months after last October 7th, despite his distrust. But he quickly grew alarmed.
I was very concerned, very worried about the general discourse in social media in Israel and by the coalition and the government talking about, taking revenge on Gaza, annihilating, destroying Gaza, all those sort of language that was used. And I was very, very scared or afraid, worried, right, about what shape this sort of military action might take.
The prolonged wars in Gaza and Lebanon have also taken an economic toll on Israel. A new report finds up to 60,000 businesses may close by the end of the year due to the wars. Even when the reservists are released, they may not have jobs to return to. Linda Gradstein, VOA News, Jerusalem.